Hello everyone and happy Thrifty Thursday, one of my favourite days of the week. And this is an incredible haul of goodies that I got from one lady last weekend. I wasn't even meant to be looking on Facebook Marketplace, but I just happened to have been watching Annie Claxton's video where again she was sharing the beautiful Mrs. Cheatham's or Ms. Cheatham's threads, vintage threads that she had received from an eBay purchase. And I just thought I'll just have a little look at vintage haberdashery on Facebook Marketplace. And it just so happened that a newly listed item had popped up, as it always does, in the suburb just over from where I live. And so I set out in the car on a hot Sunday afternoon and went over and picked it up. So for a very small amount of money, I have ended up with a mountain of vintage haberdashery in terms of wool for wool embroidery and ribbons for silk embroidery. Now, some of the ribbons I don't think are silk, but they seem to operate like a silk ribbon would. So it is going to be an incredible resource because silk ribbon can be just really, really expensive. So I thought I've tipped it all out. I had done some treatment of my wools. I'd popped them in a bag, in a double bag, sealed bag in the freezer, just to make sure there's no bugs because wools can potentially bring wool moth into your house and you just don't want to do that. Some people swear by putting them in a hot car for a couple of days and then putting them in the freezer, putting them back in the heat, and that way you'll interrupt any wool moth cycle. But I've not had a problem with wool moths, but I don't want a problem with them, so I just follow that little routine. So what I might do is I might jibby-jabby these across out of the way, and then we'll kind of create a bit of order as we sort and look through everything. So how about... maybe actually we'll start with our wools perhaps. Let's see how we go. So let's start with our wools. Again, I'll put these over here and let's have a look. So the lady was selling her mum's supplies and I asked about her mum, and so her mum used to have a number of haberdashery stores in Melbourne and was a embroidery teacher and ran courses. So this is from her personal collection, and the lady was saying her daughters aren't interested in this, and so she was wanting to find a new home for it, and hence the good prices. She did also say when she was advertising it on Facebook Marketplace that some of them are a bit dusty on the ends, even some of the threads might have a little bit of dust on them, but that honestly does not worry me at all. So these are really, I don't have any of the Royal Stitch embroidery wool. You can tell they're quite old just by the age and the patina on the back of the labels. I'll have to look up if it's still produced. So it says produced for Margaret Barrett Distributors, Auckland, New Zealand. And I might actually just bring you down a smidgery closer. Let me just do that. So New Zealand, fully worsted, 100% New Zealand wool and 10 metres of it, and it's really very similar to what I'd call an Appleton's wool or a crewel wool is what some of you call it. So that's a beautiful pink, and we've got a lovely variegated purple. That would be right up your alley way, Martha, I think. Let's pop these ones over here. We've got some purples. I can see a bit of a purple theme in it. I think that could be the same purple as well. Or is it slightly different? Nope, the same numbering. And then I think we've got a few more of the purples, so might just have to keep some of those aside to send as little happy mails to folks. This one I think is the same colour as this one. Yep, 20. Lovely variegated pink. I think we've got another one of that. This one looks like maybe it's been used along the way a little bit. And another few of these. So probably, yeah, if you're running classes or doing projects, you'd have a few of each colour. Yeah, definitely age in the packaging, even though the wools are still a-okay. That one the same colour. Number 10, yes. Lovely yellow. Just put these, scrimp them up a bit. Some lovely blue, more blue. Some greens. Got some more of the yellows. I don't know, that one looks variegated. This one doesn't look that variegated. Yep, no, they're different. So 77 and 70. And then this is another one of the variegated, the 77, yep. And then a variegated greeny colour. Maybe I'll put the greens up this end. So quite a lot in there. As I say, it wasn't a lot of money at all that she was asking for. When I saw that there was silk, definitely silk threads, and then this other, which was listed as ribbon yarn for embroidery, I thought, wow, I have to offer on this bundle of goodies. And the prices, as I say, they were just irresistible. So even though I was meant to be cleaning my craft room, or I think I was actually meant to be folding clothes at the time. Not that anyone kind of says I have to do that, but generally once in a while we need to do some chores. So beautiful blues, lovely variegated purples, some more of the purple, some more of the beautiful variegated greeny colour over here. I think that's that same colour. And some of the lovely, I thought we had something in that colour somewhere there. So these are the beautiful wools. So let's slide those. Oh, no, there's still one more. Oh, there's still two more actually. And there's that one, which I've got over there. Probably these ones should actually be sitting at this end with these ones. So I'll slide those up to the top. Try and take a photo once this is all done rather than the messy pile photo. And then let's next up have a look at these ribbon yarns. Now I've already done an experiment with one of them because I was so excited to see how it would go as a ribbon embroidery, and this is my little experiment, and it worked absolutely beautifully to pass through quite dense fabric and acted exactly like you would want a silk ribbon to act. So I think it's going to be a very good, it's got the same thinness of it, you don't have that trouble dragging it through. It didn't sort of overly fray or anything. Yeah, so really pleased I was able to do a French knot in the center of it. And the great thing about these rolls is they are 100 meters of silk ribbon. So that's a lot of silk ribbon. Generally the little ones that you buy in shops, they're only a few meters, I think. Yeah, so this is, and even though some of these rolls will have been obviously used, because I mean you can kind of see the difference. Well, these are a different size roll to begin with, but yeah, for example, this one doesn't have as much left on the roll, but it's still going to be a very decent quantity. I think I'm now feeling like I'm not in a shortage space of silk ribbon. And the fun thing is, we'll get to it, I've got some pale coloured, either white or off-white, that I can have a go at creating my own dyed silk ribbon, similar to like what Colour Streams does with their sort of variegated silk ribbon. So I'll be able to have a go at doing that. But anyway, let's start. So there's this beautiful burgundy sort of colour, which will be fabulous, including for my burgundy bonheur piece that I'm still working on for Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. These gorgeous pink, and some of them are a little bit, yeah, clearly crookedly wound on. I can spend some quality time getting them beautifully untangled, as Annie Claxton does with her vintage threads. Beautiful blue, as I mentioned, the lovely apricot, and there's some of them are different thicknesses, so well, maybe these are all the same thickness. I was just thinking the apricot looked a bit thinner, but no, I think there are some others though that are slightly different thickness. Maybe it's just my eyes, unless the purple is actually, or the maroon is actually a slightly thicker. Probably just my eyes though. And so these threads, I looked up the brand, and it's actually a very well regarded Japanese brand. So at first I was thinking the writing was Chinese, but no, they're Japanese characters. So that's a lovely, that'd be beautiful for sort of stems. It's evening times, I do have the lights on in my craft room, so you're probably getting a little bit of reflection. Just got to wind some of these on as we go, but that way you get to see how they look. This will be beautiful again for flowers, but also for sort of Christmassy pieces. Oops, it's rolling, 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 rolling. Another lovely red, almost a red with a bit of sort of almost merging on the orangey side, a bit more crimson. A lovely deep green, again fabulous for plants. And so this is where you can see just some little bits of marking on them, but honestly that is never going to worry me. I either just use it as it is, or you could just not use that little bit of ribbon, or leave that little bit of ribbon on the back if you're working on something. But it's not going to cause me any angst whatsoever. Another lovely purple. So it's really nice just having this diversity of colours. Another lovely pink. Plenty left on this one. So as I say, I think I'm going to have enough to share around with others, because I do love sending out my little happy mail packs. And so this is one where you can definitely see a bit of discoloration on the very outer layer, but honestly I'm going to use that and use it happily, and know that it is vintage, and know that it came from someone that loved stitching. It's a lovely connection to have. You don't know the lady, but certainly her daughter who I met, she was a lovely lady, and yeah, I think it's nice. As I said to her, I'd much rather buy something second hand and divert it from just ending up sort of in landfill, or I mean this hopefully would have probably ended up in an op shop or something, but I like the idea of giving things a new life and showing them the love that I'm sure the person that had them before showed them, and the fact that this lady is doing what she can. I'm just going to move my camera out a bit so we can see the full spectrum as we work on it. Yeah, I'm sure this this lady was happy to see them go to someone that would enjoy them. I told her I was a keen slow stitcher, and she talked about her daughters. They're kind of they're interested in some things from her mum, but a lot of the things they're not. But she said one of her great granddaughters, I think, one of her granddaughters wants some doilies and things saved, so that's nice. I was telling her that I can happily cut up doilies from people that I don't know, but when they're like from my nana, I can't bear to chop into those, so I tend to use my opshopped doilies, which ironically are from someone as well, but I just like keeping nana's things intact. I'm very precious with nana's buttons. I tend to only use them in things that are staying in my house. I have sent out some of my big roll of nana's rick-rack into the world, because I think that's a nice little way for nana to have a little adventure. Her goodies, and she would love that because she was always very giving to people. So beautiful yellow again, could be good for Easter. So that is, I think I've got all the ribbons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That is amazing. That's a lot of ribbon to have a lot of fun with. And then we get onto the actual ribbon embroidery, the silk ribbon, sorry. And so these are on these handy little plastic ribbon winders. And these were again the ones where she said they might have a bit of sort of dust on them. So beautiful pale yellow. Another lovely yellow. Might take it out of its bag because I'll be keeping them in a covered container. But again, that's a slightly different colour from the first one, just a lovely graduation of colour. And in fact, that's an even lighter yellow. And so there's a really good quantity again on these also. And this is a thicker, so it's quite good because I've got the thinner one, ribbon on those other ones, and then some thicker ones on here. Have to work out, I think you're meant to, I don't know if they're meant to have another little clip to hold them at the end. And then this is a thinner yellow, but and then we've got some other yellows as well. That's similar to, that might even be similar to that one, I think. Sorry, and again, I might need to pull you out a little bit just so you can see the full scene. a lot here. And we've got this beautiful one. And we go into, oh, we've got the lights, we've got some whites as well. Maybe we should put those at the start of the procession, as it were. Silk ribbon is so nice to feel. It's, yeah, just fine and lovely. But I was very pleased to see that this other ribbon yarn performed so well. And in fact, I'll have to see if this company still produces it. I just did enough of a search to work out its origins. And I think it actually does, as well as doing like haberdashery, it also makes engineering products as well. So I think it was, they were pioneers in some sort of carbon fibre or something. Really interesting to kind of have such a diversity in your products, but I suppose possibly using similar techniques. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they create this ribbon yarn if it's not silk. I don't know if it even says what it's made of. It probably says it in Japanese. Mizonoya. Yeah, not sure. Let's keep going with our greens. There's a piece of fluff there. So yeah, just lots and lots on some of these. That's a lot of rounds of beautiful green ribbon. Again, I've just got a lovely spectrum of different colours to work with. So I'm going to have to expand. I only had some small drawers for my my silk ribbons because I didn't have a lot of them before. But now I have a bounty. Lovely soft green. Again, all different greens so far. These ones might be, I think these ones are the same green. This one also, it's got a beautiful sheen to it. Put it this way around. And then another lovely sheen. I think it is the silk that just gives it that beautiful sheen, but so much on here. I think these ones are the same colour. And then a beautiful fine one, which is handy. And then we'll go into another colourway. So I've got, don't worry about that ribbon that's moving, you probably think it's possessed, but I've actually got the fan on. We've had such a hot day in Melbourne today. Oh, another green that I hadn't seen. It's got a little bit of discoloration that's occurred, but okay, we can deal with that. Beautiful oranges. Lovely fine, thinner burgundy red. Another lovely red, similar colour to this one, but one's thick and one's a thin variety. So great for different applications of ribbon embroidery. Another lovely one, just slightly different colour. Lovely pinks. Another beautiful, beautiful pink. Another pink. Lots of pinks. Pinks are good. Pinks, reds. You often use those for your blooms, your flowers, which I find are particularly lovely to do with silk embroidery. I've actually got someone I want to send a little surprise package to, and who's got a bit of a project coming up where I think they'll be definitely able to make use of some of these silk ribbons and the ribbon yarn. And it's nice to be able to share the bounty. Because I know some of you struggle to be able to find things where you don't have the same sort of op shops, or your Facebook marketplace might not yield them. I'd just say keep an eye out, because this had just, at the time when I was looking, just popped up. It was a newly listed item. And I think I just got in very pronto, and the fact it was so close by meant it wasn't a trouble to go and collect it. Lovely. Purple. I'm thinking, forget-me-nots, or what's that other flower in summer? Trying to think of the name of it. Nope. It will come back to me. It will come back to me in due course. Beautiful, beautiful. been a very busy day at work. We've been working hard to plan out and work through the agenda for our exec offsite that we're doing next week, heading to the lovely town of Bendigo, which has just been, I think, voted the best town in Australia. Amazingly. I haven't actually been to Bendigo quite a few times in my life. I haven't been there recently, so it'll be great to see it. See how the town has evolved. So that will be a bit of fun, a bit of a road trip. Get away and lift our heads up from the day to day and have some good discussions. So as I've mentioned before, I think it's been a very full on definitely the last 6 months, but even a bit longer than that. So it will be good. And then it's not long till we will be heading off, and I found some more rolls over here, so we'll have to have a look at those in a moment. Beautiful creams. Lovely pink with, I think, one of my own metallic ribbons got caught, or metallic threads got caught around it. Beautiful pink. Oh, black. I don't think I have any silk ribbon that's black, so that will be great. Little green piece. Oh, and here's some of the ends that clip over, and in fact they've got the 4mm 120 etc written on them, so they will come in handy. And then these are the 2 other rolls of the ribbon yarn that I found under the pile of the ribbons, so I'll pop those in there. So I'm absolutely stoked with that. It was an absolute bargain, even more so than I thought it was when I saw it, particularly with these going to be so versatile. And I'm really looking forward to having a play with some of these lighter coloured ribbon yarns and doing some custom dyeing with my ink tents. So stay tuned for a separate video on that. Good luck thrifting out there. I hope you have some lovely finds too, and I do just encourage you, if you can thrift something, get something secondhand. One, you're giving new life to something that someone really valued, and 2, you're just limiting things going to landfill and limiting the production of new items, which uses all sorts of energy and potentially ends up in landfill itself. And then obviously we have to then get and use what we have, but that's my real mission this year. If I am bringing things into my craft room, I'm going to start using them. I'm not going to treasure and not use things. I'm cutting into doilies, I'm using tablecloths, I'm getting into my fabric stash, getting it all organised so I can actually access it and use it really well. So I hope you can do the same yourselves, and I'll see you back for another video creating. And then I've still got some other fabulous finds to share in upcoming Thrifty Thursdays as well. So if you do enjoy a Thrifty Thursday and you haven't subscribed, just hit the subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll get to see the Thrifty Thursday. If you enjoy the crafting, also absolutely do that, because I try and share a video every couple of days if I can. And I try to just share ideas that are going to be fun, interesting, and really this year my big focus is creating things that are usable and useful as well. So take care everyone, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.